Suddenly, the arrival of Unam came as a surprise in his life, as he claimed that he had to deliver an urgent letter to the sect leader that came from the Yunha Merchant Guild, which the elder Huang is a part of. On the way, Chung Myung finds out that the son of Elder Huang was the one who sent the letter to them that mentioned his father's sickness. Not only that, but also, the letter revealed some crucial information regarding his father's symptoms that made his QI veins act up while he lost consciousness. While reading the letter, the only thing that Chung Myung could think of was the Heavenly Demon Sect, as the same disease continued to flow around everywhere when Chun Ma began his wrath. Chung Myung resolved to visit Elder H. Wang, seeking financial assistance for the temple. Informing Zhou Gul and Yun Zhong through a note about his brief absence, he entrusted them to manage in his stead. Hastening to Xi'an City, he reminisced about the city's past, triggered by the sights around him. A flashback transported him to a moment where Chung Myung, amidst the city's hustle, collided with a group of arrogant martial artists while enjoying a drink. The martial artists were unveiled as members of the Southern Edge Sect, a historical adversary of the Mount Hua Sect. Their relentless taunts and provocations towards Chung Myung were swiftly met with a decisive response, as he effortlessly defeated them. Chung Myung disclosed the long-standing enmity among nearby sects, each vying to prove their superiority. While the Mount Hua Sect had previously avoided direct conflicts with the Southern Edge Sect in Shanxi City, Chung Myung, unbound by such constraints, roamed freely. Meanwhile, Guild Elder Huang's health remained a cause for concern, with repeated examinations yielding no solutions. Zhonggui, Elder Huang's son, fretted over his father's deteriorating condition. Moxiong, an elder from the Southern Edge Sect, entered the scene, proposing a Taoist ritual as the sole remedy for Elder Huang's ailment. However, his true intentions seemed veiled. At last, Chung Myung reached the temple's entrance. Zhonggui, anticipating his arrival, went out to welcome him, only to be disheartened by the sight of a lone child, a seemingly avaricious individual whose presence hinted at ulterior motives. Upon Zhonggui's inquiry about the purpose of Chung Myung's arrival, he discovered that the young boy possessed knowledge about the mysterious ailment afflicting his father. However, influenced by Moxiong's interference, Zhonggui initially dismissed the idea that this seemingly inexperienced boy could aid his father. Consequently, he urged Chung Myung to leave. In a surprising turn of events, Chung Myung began reciting the symptoms of the demon's flower, aligning perfectly with the undisclosed conditions of Elder Huang. This revelation sparked hope in Zhonggui, prompting him to invite Chung Myung to examine his father, much to Moxiong's disapproval and ire. As Chung Myung delved into the almost lifeless state of Elder Huang, he realized the severity of the condition exceeded his expectations. Despite this, he managed to make a slight improvement in the leader's health during the examination. Witnessing this progress, Zhonggui's emotions became unhinged, leading to a conversation between the two. Chung Myung then disclosed that while healing Elder Huang was within his capabilities, unraveling the root cause was crucial. He asserted that an insider was deliberately exposing Elder Huang to demonic qi over an extended period, causing the ailment. In contrast, Moxiong harbored resentment towards Chung Myung for his unorthodox behavior and for being accepted into the Merchant Guild, despite hailing from a humble sect. Furthermore, Moxiong's extreme animosity was directed at the original Chung Myung, expressing his frustration that the child who arrived shared the same name as his detested counterpart. Amidst the tension, a second-class disciple from the Southern Edge Sect, seated alongside Moxiong, advised him not to let the situation bother him. However, Moxiong argued that he had no alternative, emphasizing that the child was actively healing the elder. In response, the disciple proposed a solution, chasing Chung Myung away with a spear. Yet Moxiong dismissed the idea, expressing concern that such actions would tarnish their reputation and legacy. Unbeknownst to the onlookers, Moxiong's words carried a deeper message, resonating with his students. As the disciple departed, Moxiong asserted that they couldn't hold a candle to the Mount Hua Sect from his youth. He emphasized the need to prevent a return to those times, ensuring the Southern Edge Sect remained at the pinnacle. Meanwhile, the second-class disciple, Songbek Li, located Chung Myung on the premises. Introducing himself, he challenged Chung Myung to a duel, a proposition that Chung Myung readily accepted. As the confrontation loomed, Songbek Lee's excitement grew, fueled further by Chung Myung's taunts and provocations. As the duel commenced, Chung Myung, defying conventional etiquette, boldly requested his opponents to lend him a weapon, an act deemed highly impolite. Despite the breach of decorum, Songbek Lee, against expectations, acquiesced and handed him a weapon. The battle unfolded with Songbek Lee charging at Chung Myung, unleashing a formidable and fearsome assault. Chung Myung, with seemingly minimal effort, expertly parried Songbek Lee's relentless attacks. Undeterred, Songbek Lee persistently struck, hoping to land a blow on his elusive foe. Frustrated by Chung Myung effortlessly predicting and countering his sword's trajectory, Songbek Lee, renowned for his skills in his sect, grew increasingly impatient. Determined to break through, Songbek Lee executed a highly advanced technique, temporarily losing touch with rationality. However, the intervention of a concerned peer snapped him back to his senses, narrowly preventing a devastating attack. Despite halting the assault, Chung Myung was propelled backward, crashing into a wall with alarming speed and sustaining considerable damage. Claiming that he dispelled the ki from Songbek Lee's attack, Chung Myung, visibly injured, vomited blood, a sight unlike anything witnessed by Songbek Lee in his previous encounters. Perplexed and taken aback, Songbek Lee struggled to comprehend the unprecedented consequences of his confrontation with Chung Myung. In the midst of the aftermath, Jongui, drawn by the commotion, stumbled upon the battleground, only to discover a visibly injured Chung Myung. Medical personnel swiftly intervened, rushing Chung Myung for urgent treatment upon witnessing the extent of his injuries. Meanwhile, Jongui's fury was directed at Songbek Lee, expressing disappointment in the seemingly one-sided nature of the battle. He, in no uncertain terms, demanded Songbek Lee's immediate departure from the premises. Moxiong entered the scene, observing the chaos, and attempted to placate Jongui. However, his efforts only served to further enrage Jongui, leading him to insist on Moxiong's departure along with his students. Moxiong reluctantly agreed, but urged Songbek Lee to remain behind and undertake whatever measures were necessary to regain Jongui's trust. Amidst the turmoil, Jongui entrusted a doctor with the responsibility of healing Chung Myung to ensure the progression of his father's treatment. As night fell, a mysterious figure infiltrated Chung Myung's room, attempting to attack him as he slept. However, Chung Myung, alert and anticipating the threat, effortlessly dodged the assailant's every move, revealing a readiness that took the would-be attacker by surprise. Shortly after, Jongui, accompanied by his guards, emerged, revealing that the entire scenario had been orchestrated by Chung Myung. The plan aimed to draw out the malefactor, with Chung Myung believing that the culprits would reveal themselves in the face of Chung Myung's perilous situation. The mysterious man was unmasked as Jabok Bun, a general affiliated with the Yeonhwa Merchant Guild. As the truth unraveled, Jabok Bun attempted to persuade Jongui that he was not the one responsible for Elder Huang's affliction, emphasizing that he couldn't harm someone who had treated him so well. Despite the back and forth between Jongui and the general, Chung Myung, growing weary of the excuses, took matters into his own hands. Intentionally taking a hit from the general's attack, Chung Myung demonstrated evidence of the poison, establishing Jabok Bun as the culprit. Refusing to go down without a fight, Jabok Bun launched an attack on Jongui and his guards. Fortunately, Songbek Lee, responding to indications from Chung Myung, arrived at the scene. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Songbek Lee intervened, engaging Jabok Bun in combat to bring an end to the confrontation. After an extended and grueling battle, Songbek Lee finally managed to subdue his opponent in a fight to the death that lasted for an hour. Following the capture of the enemy, Chung Myung approached Jongui, expecting his promised reward. However, Jongui deferred the reward, pledging to deliver it only after his father, Elder Huang, was fully cured. Despite projecting confidence in front of others, Chung Myung privately admitted to still assessing his capability to heal Elder Huang. Recognizing that his current self was not the strongest version, he resolved to give it his best effort. Channeling his Kai into Elder Huang's body, Chung Myung aimed to combat the demonic ki from within. With the aid of the pure ki from the blossom pills he had consumed, Chung Myung easily subdued the demonic ki. However, the malevolent energy shifted to Elder Huang's head, a region where Chung Myung couldn't recklessly attack. Undeterred, Chung Myung devised a plan. Allowing the remaining demonic Kai inside Elder Huang's body to enter his own, he prepared to confront the threat at its source, determined to use his newfound strength to save Elder Huang. Under the excruciating onslaught of the demonic Ki, Chung Myung found himself engulfed in immense pain and agony. Despite fleeting attempts to escape the torment, he summoned the strength to stand firm against the malevolent force within him. With no refuge left, the demonic Ki relentlessly sought to take control of its host's body. However, confronted with an unyielding Chung Myung, the demonic Ki struggled to overpower its determined foe. Facing dire circumstances, Chung Myung resorted to his last option. Acknowledging that he never desired this predicament, he tapped into all the ki stored in his dantian, unleashing a powerful surge to dispel the demonic ki in one decisive act. Despite the severe conditions and the imminent threat of death, Chung Myung fought valiantly and narrowly escaped the clutches of his adversary. In the aftermath, Elder Huang, having regained consciousness, marked the resolution of the incident at the Manhwa Merchant Guild. General Jabok Bun, the captured antagonist, was exposed as the son of a rival merchant intent on seizing control of the Manhwa Guild's wealth. He confessed to acquiring the demon sect's technique after stumbling upon a deceased body harboring the demonic Kai. In gratitude for Chung Myung's pivotal role, he was accorded VIP treatment and celebrated with a feast. As the dust settled, Elder Huang approached Chung Myung with a request for him. Elder Huang, filled with gratitude for the recovery of his health, bowed his head in thanks to Chung Myung. Expressing a desire to know what reward Chung Myung desired for saving his life, Elder Huang offered to fulfill any request. However, Chung Myung explained the urgency of his actions, revealing that he hadn't obtained permission from his sect before rushing to help. Requesting discretion about the incident, he asked for a substantial amount of cash as his reward. Elder Huang, acknowledging the circumstances, agreed to the proposed rewards. Later, Zhongui visited his father, discussing the potential risks of reducing dealings with the influential Southern Edge sect. However, Elder Huang, confident in the Mount Hua Sect's growth, explained that aligning with them in their current state would lead to significant profits. Convinced by his father's vision, Zhongui supported the plan and placed his trust in Elder Huang's foresight. Having indulged in numerous meals, Chung Myung encountered Songbek Lee once again. This time, Songbek Lee handed him a wooden sword, proposing another duel, a request that hinted at the continuation of their interactions and challenges. Songbek Lee, already aware of Chung Myung's superior martial arts skills, remained puzzled about their previous encounter, convinced that Chung Myung had tricked him. Chung Myung, however, assured him that he would regret challenging him again, acknowledging the age and generational gap between them. Despite Songbek being almost a decade younger, he felt an inexplicable, heavy pressure from Chung Myung that he couldn't comprehend. As they sparred, Songbek showcased impressive postures, maintaining a guarded stance like one facing a formidable adversary. Songbek unleashed the Southern Edge sect's new martial art, the 12-movement Snowflower Sword, against Chung Myung. Despite Songbek's brave efforts, he suffered significant injuries, eliciting anger from Chung Myung. In the midst of the battle, Chung Myung questioned Songbek about how he learned the Mount Hua essence, a part of the lost 24-movement Plum Blossom Sword technique. Songbek admitted to feeling horror, realizing he faced a martial arts expert. The scene shifted, and Songbek awoke in a room with Chung Myung at his side, assuring him of a swift recovery. Curious, Chung Myung inquired about the origins of the 12-stroke Snowflower Sword, learning that it was considered a new martial art within the Southern Edge sect. Songbek explained that the Mount Hua Sect wouldn't openly acknowledge it, and only specific individuals within the Southern Edge sect were aware of its existence. He revealed that the person who perfected this sword art remained within the Southern Edge sect, adding another layer of mystery to their martial encounter.